Expired distance!
Nope.
Alright, so today was the day I finally had my driving test. I'm like one game away from Division 3. I haven't lost today, so I'm actually just going to hop into the extra modes, try and play a bit of Rumble, rank up for this video, because I've had to drive very carefully recently, and I want to just play some Rumble, drive around, and crash into cars, and do all that fun stuff. Alright, so what is going on, everyone? You may not know this. If you watch my football channel, you would have heard this announcement a couple of hours before, because I upload my football videos at 6 PM. The link is in the description. I mentioned it there, but I had my driving test today at the time of recording, yesterday at the time you are watching this, and It's been an experience, so I'll just start from the beginning and go to the end, and we'll go from there. My car's looking fresh. Oh, it is looking fresh. Okay, so before we get into this game and this story, I just want to say, I just want to give a massive shout out to the sponsors of this video. So I'm going to play their sponsored intro. It really helps me out, them being on the channel. So if you haven't heard from them, you want to check out what they do, then go use the link in the description and be sure to use my discount code. So I'm going to, look, I'm so busy plugging my sponsors, I'm not even reading the team chat. But yeah, go check out the sponsors. I'll play the intro, then we'll be back with the story. You guys need to go and check out the sponsors of this video, lolga.com. They sell gift cards for cheaper than they actually are if you use my discount code Pixel at checkout for 6% off. Say you want a $50 gift card, go to the checkout, use my code, and you can get it for cheaper than $50. If you want to buy V-Bucks on Fortnite, keys on Rocket League, or much more, then you can go and do that using the link in the description. Lolga is not affiliated with any game that I'm playing or showing on the channel, but they're really supporting me, and I hope you go show them some love. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so we're back, and yeah, so I'll set the scene for you. Basically, I was always under the impression when I was younger, I was like, I don't really need to drive. I don't go anywhere. Because in the UK, basically, you can learn to drive a car and have a full driver's license as young as 17 years old. I know it's a lot, this dude just savaged me. I know it can be a lot younger, it can be older in places. I know there's places as young as 14, I think, you can get a driver's license. That's insane, by the way. But yeah, I was never planning to get it straight away. Some people, they've got mum and dad's bank account and they get like a few £1,000 car, their lessons are paid for, and they pass within their first year, and before they're 18, they've got their fresh little whip, either a Fiat 500 or some classy little car, and, you know, they're driving when they're young. That was me. That wasn't me. I never really had to go anywhere. When I was 17, I was still in school, and I was riding a bike, and that is how I got around, and I enjoyed it. It kept me fit, it was fun, and that was all I really needed to do. And then, basically, when I was 18, I was working at McDonald's. As you guys know, I was riding a bike to that, so I didn't really feel like I needed to drive. And then, I left McDonald's to do YouTube full time. So from that point, I'm like, now the motivation to get a car and drive is so low, because I don't go anywhere. For nearly 2 years now, I've been working in this room, in this chair, and I haven't had to drive anywhere. So there we go. What a pass that is. So the motivation to really pass and even take my lessons was just so low. And the thing is, another reason why I always put off trying to learn how to drive is because, you know, everyone has that thing they dream about. Something that just gets to you. Some people can't run. That's also me. I can't run in dreams sometimes. If I'm being chased, running in dreams is difficult. Some people, I know my friend, can't punch in dreams, but I'd always have a recurring dream where no matter, from as young as, like, you know, 10, I'd be in a car, and I think, all right, this is fine. You know, I used to change the gears in my dad's car for him, you know, sometimes, just for fun. And it was fine, but whenever I dream about it, it'd never go well. I'd always lose control, I'd crash, the brakes wouldn't be working maybe, or something like that, and it would be a bad experience, and I'd wake up genuinely being put off driving. And that happened recently, actually, in September, I believe. I woke up and had that, and I was just like, I don't know how I feel about driving, because I just don't want it to go wrong. I thought that would unfreeze a lot sooner. But then in September, Gina basically kind of almost kicked me and said, you know, you should learn how to drive. And, oh, that kick if I did it sooner, if I was aware. So I did. But before that, obviously, you have to take a theory test. And this was actually fine for me. Some people, they don't really... The theory's not their thing. They're not as, you know, maybe they didn't like school as much or whatever, and they're just not into, you know, learning and doing stuff like that. I was fine with the theory, and I passed first time in April, which was sick. And then I thought to myself, oh man, that's it. I've done that. That's fine. That's the easy bit for me as far as I'm concerned. I'm quite good academically, so that was fine. And then I put off getting lessons. I put it off and off and off. And then, like I said, when we got back from Tenerife, Gina and I, we sort of spoke about it, and she was like, you know, just do it. Just do it. So I said, fine, you know what? Give me your driving instructor's contact. I'm going to message him. And I messaged him. And I think at the start of October, I had my first lesson. And all it was it was like a 45-minute taster lesson. And all I did was start at the end of one long road that a lot of learners clearly go to, because it's never, oh gosh, it's never really that busy, and you know, it's an open stretch of road. I went from one end of the road to the other, stopping twice in the middle. So it was forward, stop, forward, out and round a car. That was pretty crazy. Stop, and then forward, stop. That was the whole hour, because when I say I'd never driven a car, I'd literally never driven a car before. I was a complete noob. So he had to take it slow. And my instructor, his name is Jason. He's great. I love the guy, and I'm actually kind of sad that the whole you know, the driving instructor thing. You know, when if you get close to your driving instructor, if you pass your test, that's it. You don't really ever see them again, because they're not someone you'd normally, you know, talk to. But he's a great guy. He's from Zimbabwe. Anyway, enough about Jason. And yeah, I was just having these lessons, and I started doing 2-hour lessons? No, hour and a half lessons. I never did 2-hour lessons, but hour and a half lessons twice a week. And then it went down to an hour when I booked my test for the 19th of December. And overall, I think I added it up. I had about 20 hours of driving lessons in the 2 and a bit months. So a good amount of driving lessons. And yeah, there were. I never had a dreadful lesson where I was absolutely terrible. There was one lesson where I stalled about 4 or 5 times, and it wasn't like near the beginning. You know, it was kind of probably about a month ago or something, where I kept stalling. Something went wrong in my brain, and it was just one of those days. But I never had a dreadful lesson. I never crashed. He never had to like take the wheel off me. So that was all good. But anyway, I had my test today, and since last week I've looked at the weather forecast, and it was supposed to be raining. And right up until yesterday, well, the day before the driving test, I should say, was chucking it down all day with rain, which was how it was supposed to go. Can he put that in? How exactly have you made that as weak as that? And it was chucking it down. I thought it was going to be raining again today. I woke up and it kind of wasn't. It was looking all right. And then as the morning passes and I start to get ready, the sun's coming out, and I'm like, okay, this is a good day to have a driving test because it's sunny. The roads are wet, actually, to be fair. So not the best conditions it could have been. The roads were wet. But, you know, it's sunny. And at 9:15, I get picked up by my driving instructor for one last time. In case you haven't already, I've kind of hinted accidentally so many times the result of my driving test, but I'm going to keep telling the story. And you can probably tell by my demeanor that it's good news. But, yeah, so it was sunny. I was having a great lesson, and bang it! Oh, that was weak as. Can we dunk? We can. Can we get a redirect? We cannot. It was sunny, and then just about 15 minutes before my test, it starts raining, and it gets really dark, and this isn't good. I go in the test center, sit down, the lady comes out, calls my name, and then boom, oh dear, ah! What a save. And then all of a sudden, she calls my name, and I'm going towards the car, and first of all, it's chucking it down with rain at this point, and just, like, we're walking towards the car, and I walk to the passenger side, don't I? I'm so used to just getting in the passenger side for the most part. Can I put it in? Oh, I should be able to finish this. Never mind. And she's like, are you driving, are you? I was like, oh, sarcasm. Good start. Tell I've made a friend. But, yeah, so I almost got in the passenger side. Not like, I didn't actually get in, but I just randomly wandered there because I was sort of talking to her, and it was a bit awkward there. So I thought, right, she thinks I'm an idiot. And then one of the minors I got was apparently an observational minor right as I left the test center. Don't know really what. Apparently there was an oncoming car, but I don't think there was. But that's probably why I got a minor, because if I didn't think there was, it means I didn't see it. No problem though. You know, it's not an issue. But yeah, so there was a minor for that, and then I got 2 others. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. So it's hard to tell the story without hinting at the result and telling my driving journey without suggesting that it's sort of over. But basically, I finished my driving test and passed with 3 minors. And basically, if you don't know how it works, you can, if you get a major fault, you fail instantly, obviously, and you're allowed up to, I think it's up to 15 minus on your test. So 3 is a great number. And yeah, I got 1 for observation. And then in the middle of the test, she says to me, all right, we're going to do an emergency stop. And just like my friend Max, I found out, he got asked to do an emergency stop on his test as well. I'd never practiced that. I got the gist, it's an emergency stop, but I'd never practiced it. And I was kind of worried about flinging the examiner forward and like just, I don't know, just like throwing her forward. So I thought, right, I'll do it firmly, but not to literally just destroy her neck or something. You know, I don't want to do that. So I did it firmly, but it wasn't an emergency stop. So I got a minor for that because I'd never really done one. If I'd just done one in a lesson before, then I probably would have been fine. But it's only a minor, it's fine. And the other one was appropriate speed, a minor for that, because apparently I was too slow going into a junction, which I agree with. But the only reason I was going that slow is because a fat lorry came over into my lane and sort of pushed me out the way a little bit. Can we win this? Oh, no, it was terrible. But yeah, so that's how it went down. 3 minors, I finished, and it was all in all a good experience. Now I just have to sort out kind of whether or not, like what car I'm going to drive, insurance, all that good stuff. But I will be on the road soon, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry. Let's just freeze that, get up there, put it past him. And yeah, so bottom line, long story short, I was going to say bottom story short, long line, is I passed my driving test and I did it comfortably. My instructor actually said he was very confident in me, and he actually started worrying when I pulled away, wondering if maybe he was too confident. But no, honestly, I'm really happy with how it's gone, as if he's just done that. Can we score? What? But yeah, either way, I've passed my driving test. I'm buzzing with that. So yeah, super excited. Going to be driving at some point. There we go. We won the game. What a great length game. We won. All wins today. But yeah, so I'm super excited that I passed. And that's pretty much the story. I could have gone more into it in the drive. It was really fun. The examiner was asking me like just what I did for a job, and I was like, oh, here we go. I'm a YouTuber. Sort of explained a little bit about that and stuff. I was kind of like saying it's good, but I could do with some co-workers. It's quite lonely sometimes. So you guys really, 21 snowflakes, look at that. You guys really keep me sane. If I didn't have comments and people watching my videos, if I was a YouTuber somehow with no audience, I'd be really lonely. Look, we finally got 100 snowflakes. I'm going to redeem probably the coolest item on here. Oh, snowstorm. Love the look of that. But either way, that is it. Just got that news for you. I passed my driving test. Over the next few days, there's going to be some awesome videos coming. There is going to be a big, I think, 50 golden gift opening, which is great right before Christmas. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you that are supporting me. It feels great to have achieved one of my goals. One of my goals for 2018 was to pass my driving test. I left it really late and clutched up, pun intended. But yeah. Either way, that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank you very much for watching, sharing in my story. Subscribe today to join the Pixel Army. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I've been Pixel. You've been awesome. I'll see you in the next video very soon.